The agency responsible for overseeing the country's nuclear stockpile will furlough most of its workforce as the government shutdown drags on. About 1,400 workers at the National Nuclear Security Administration were set to receive furloughs today. About 400 employees will stay on the job. Here's Energy Secretary Chris Wright.
We did everything we could to keep our federal workers here employed as long as possible, but unfortunately today is the day our ability to deploy funds to pay those workers ended. So this is the start of federal furloughs in the NNSA. And I also say beyond the direct families, think of our adversaries abroad. This is among the most critical workers in our country. They test, maintain, and ultimately construct the modernized version of our nuclear stockpile. We need to take that deathly serious.
CBS News correspondent Andres Gutierrez is in Las Vegas, where the Energy Secretary spoke earlier today.
The National Nuclear Security Administration has the key job of making sure the country's nuclear weapons are safe, secure, and ready to go if they're ever needed. Today, the agency told 1,400 workers not to show up to work nationwide. There are fewer than 400 who are still working, focused only on the most essential missions. This does include the Nevada National Security Site just north of Las Vegas. It's not a place that a lot of people in the public often hear about, but it is very critical. For decades, this is where the U.S. tested its nuclear weapons underground. Nowadays, there are scientists as well as technicians who track missing nuclear material to prevent them from getting into the wrong hands. Others, they're working on cybersecurity tied to national defense.
Think of the critical role Nevada plays in nuclear technology. I was talking about the stockpile in our weapons, but it's also relevant for nuclear power. And we have this renaissance starting for small modular reactors. The testing that's done at the Nevada Nuclear Security Site is critical also for our commercial nuclear power and the ability for us to unleash that renaissance as fast as possible. That work also gets slowed down.
Right now, there are about 3,000 contractors that are keeping the work going. They are being paid with temporary funds that have been pulled from a recent bill, the big, beautiful bill specifically set aside for the modernization of the nuclear program. It's been rerouted to pay them, but that funding is only through the end of the month. If the shutdown isn't resolved by then, the contractors could also be furloughed. The difference is when the government does reopen, federal employees are guaranteed back pay. Contractors are not, and so they may end up leaving for other jobs. They are not easy positions. These are highly specialized. They require special security clearances and years of expertise, and which is why the Energy Secretary Chris Wright is urging Congress to act quickly, and why both Nevada senators are right now under pressure to get a deal brokered. Now back to you.